are. It's wrestling time.
We're wrestling now. All right, so this is
wrestling time.
WWE Raw Deal.
Yeah.
What's up, Code Red? Farquaad. I know. Flex those.
Hey guys.
Whatever you're flexing. What is that? All right. Yeah. So this game is basically a fighting game. You got two dudes trying to beat each other up, as you would expect from a wrestling game.
Yep.
Another game where your deck is your life total. When you take damage, you flip cards off the top of your deck, just like Battletech.
Pretty straightforward, I'd say.
Yeah, we're growing on that theme a little bit. We're growing on that that mechanic. So I think it's a good mechanic that's not really used a lot in games anymore.
Yeah.
I know UFS is another fighting game, but that goes off health of characters, right? It's not actually doesn't go off
you could
like
mill in UFS. It just was very slow and it wasn't very good, and it wasn't very fun to play when it was actually good.
Gotcha.
So it just because in UFS, when your deck ran out of cards, you would shuffle it together and you'd remove 10 of them from the game.
Okay.
So you would have to go through a deck multiple times to actually mill them. So yeah, not really like plausible in that game most of the time.
So the cards in this game are very wordy. There are actually only 3 card types though, which is not a lot.
Yeah.
So it's pretty simple. You have strikes, or you have, I'm sorry, they're called maneuvers. So that's your basic way to do damage. Thank you, Ultra Gecko.
Ultra Gecko.
That's 7 months. So the value at the top is Fortitude rating. That's the cost. I'll go over that in a second. The bottom right value is the damage. So that's how many cards your opponent would mill if they take the damage. You got to see the nerds live. Yeah, heck yeah. We're here playing a very nerdy game.
Appreciate you stopping by, Palpster.
Yeah. So if you're able to successfully play the move and it's not reversed by your opponent, and I'll go over reversals in a second, they would flip 8 cards from their deck. Okay. Reverse, or that's a maneuver. And then we got reversals. So reversals say reverse any this one specifically reverses any strike maneuver. So maneuvers have different types of things they can be. They can be like strikes, grapples, submissions, and high risk, I believe. I think there's 4 types of reversals. And if your opponent plays, in this case, if they play a strike, and you play this from your hand, their turn immediately ends, and it becomes your turn. And you can start punching them.
Trademark finisher.
Trademark finisher is another one. It's like the finishing move. So yeah. And then you have actions, which when I find actions there's 1,000 words on it.
I prefer the one that has 1,000 words on it.
This game is very wordy, like way too wordy. Actions are just you do the thing it says on the card. So Fortitude rating is the common cost for things. The way you generate Fortitude rating is by having dealt damage to your opponent. So every time you play a card successfully, it sits out in front of you in your, I think it's called your ring area.
I believe so. I believe it's the ring area.
So here's a maneuver that costs 0 and does 5 damage. A card is considered successfully played if it is not reversed from your opponent's hand. Now, when you are dealing damage to the opponent, if they're milling cards and they mill a reversal, that can reverse your move. It does stop the damage there and it does end your turn, but your card still remains in your ring slot or in your ring area and it is considered successfully played. Because some cards say like after this card is successfully played, do a thing. It is considered successfully played in that case, but your turn ends because your opponent reversed your move. So
I will say just Justin has looked at this game more than I have. So I've tried to keep myself. I like learned the basics of it, but I've tried to keep a lot of it preserved for stream so I can offer my thoughts kind of like in real time as I'm discovering it. I will say I think it is a good move that a vast majority of the cards in the game are character agnostic.
Yeah.
So that you can include them in any deck, because I think it makes it easier to get into the game if you can just change your characters around.
You can kind of do that. Like it seems like there's like a group of about 10 cards you can include with a character, and they're all unique, so you only need 1 copy of them. They have the, like for this one, Chris Jericho's, what is this? I can't even read what it says on their stream. It says springboard dropkick. And then right under the Fortitude rating there, it says Chris Jericho, so that's you can only play it with Chris Jericho.
Yes.
So Fortitude rating, like I was saying, is generated by having successful damage building up in your ring area. So right now, if I had played these 2 moves successfully, I would have 8 Fortitude rating, and I could play cards that said 8 or more on them. A lot of the cards get pretty high. Like the finishing move is 30 fortitude, so you have to have done 30 moves of successful damage to your opponent to do that. But it does like a crap ton of damage. So
yeah. For instance, here's the Stone Cold Stunner, which we all want to see. I don't even know if this shows up because this is a foil card.
Yeah,
it does 25 damage, which is the vast majority of the deck, and you have to have 30 fortitude, which means you've done a lot of damage too.
So it's probably going to end the game if that goes off.
I will say that I feel like that is kind of thematic because that's the way wrestling is designed to be viewed, right? Like you're building up towards a grand finale. So I think that does accomplish that well.
So if you do enough damage to where your opponent can't flip any more cards, that is considered a 3-count victory. You're pinned to your opponent. If on your turn you run out of cards in your deck before defeating your opponent, that is considered a count-out victory. Doesn't matter, but that's how it
goes. Gotcha. Hilarious.
There are also split cards. I showed you the
so dropkick. I don't know how to pronounce it. Was this the Luthez press?
Yes,
Luthez press.
But there are cards that can functionally do two different things. They can be action and a reversal, or vice versa.
So this says, as a maneuver can only be played after the card titled Irish Whip or successfully played 5 damage or greater strike maneuver. Once again, this is the wordy aspect of the game taking over. As a reversal, this card is -5 force, or sorry, -5 fortitude. Reverse any maneuver played after the card titled Irish Whip, and you may end your opponent's turn. You may draw 1 card. So there you go. There's the Luthez press.
So it can do 2 different things.
Yeah,
essentially.
So you could play it to hit somebody, but you have to have fortitude. But if they try to Irish Whip you, then you can use it for free, essentially, and draw a card. I think this is a great place for like templating, where people could put icons to mean something. It's like Keyforge, for instance, in the new Keyforge.
Like, I know that this does this every time I do it.
Well, the bonus icons, right? You go to play a card, it's like amber icon, capture.
If that was printed in this game, it would just be paragraphs.
Yeah.
Of when you play this, capture a card. When you play this, draw a card.
Right. It would say enhance. 2 cards in your deck now gain the ability.
Yes.
This card does 1 damage upon playing it before its effects are resolved.
Exactly. So here's the characters. You can see they have hand size and superstar value. Superstar value matters for who goes first. And then after that, it only matters for certain cards. Like some cards will reference superstar value. Chris Jericho has an ability that during your turn, you can discard a card from your hand to make your opponent discard a card. And then Stone Cold, during his turn, can draw a card and then put a card under the deck. So pretty simple superstar abilities. I think both of these guys were from the first set.
Okay.
So they were designed in a way like to keep things simple and understandable. So that's the main game. Now, before the game even starts, we have these pre-match cards. So this represents like the things that lead up to these guys fighting. So you have a pre-match phase where you can play up to 4 pre-match cards. I only picked 3 of each in both the decks to keep things simple because I couldn't find like a consistent rule for how many you can play. In a lot of the rule books, it says 3, and some of the newer ones, it says 4. And then in a video I was watching of like people playing now, they were playing like 10. So I don't know exactly what the intention of these is now, because the game is currently being kept up by a website called Team Canada Online that designs like new wrestlers and stuff for it, and they still have world champions for it every year at Gen Con. So here's an example one. You give like a trash talk in an interview. You trash talk to your opponent. And it says, while this card's in your ring area, as a mid-match action, you can put this card into your ringside pile, which is your discard pile. Shuffle up 4 cards from your ringside pile into your arsenal. So you can like heal.
Yeah, arsenal is your draw deck.
Yeah.
Right. Ringside pile is the trash deck.
Yeah, discard pile.
Discard.
And you also, this whole deck, this side deck with these horizontal cards is called your backlash deck. There's also mid-match cards in this deck that you can play as if they were in your hand. They do different things. Like this one is a free strike, essentially. Maybe if you're like 2 fortitude away from being able to play a move, you can try to like hit somebody with that. Hit with that low blow.
I have some actions, it looks like. And I'll save these as a surprise. One of these I can't wait to read aloud.
There's a lot of hilarious pictures, a lot of flavor text that's pretty funny. It's going to be pretty entertaining going through all these. So.
Yeah.
I think we can just dive into it. So we shuffle.
I mean, I don't think the game. When we played one practice match on Tabletop Simulator before the cards had arrived, and Justin was running me through it, and the game's very, very simple. So, it's pretty straightforward. It's not much more than playing the cards that you have.
Yeah, pretty much. Because you only draw one card per turn, but
they do know their audience.
You can play as many cards as you want per turn. So like it's like the first few turns are hyper violent, and then when in the game we played, it was just like I draw my card. Do I play it? No.
Yeah.
Go ahead. So I don't know if it'll end up like that.
Right.
With these actually pre-constructed decks, I'll say these were built by whoever I bought them from. I did not build them. I added a couple cards to the Jericho deck to like match the amount of unique cards that were in the Steve Austin deck to try to keep things even. I don't know if one's better than the other. I don't know how to tell if things are rare, honestly. So I couldn't figure that out. Nothing on the internet could tell me that. I wasn't about to dive into a card list. So we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Oh, this has the ace on it. Does that mean anything?
I don't know what the hell that means. I don't know.
It says ace right there. Yeah. Something I'll point out. So Justin did not know this, but I discovered it minutes before we streamed. This deck actually included 2 copies of Stone Cold here. The one is called the Rattlesnake. The other one is just Stone Cold Steve Austin. And so apparently this is a different version of Stone Cold that can still play Stone Cold Steve Austin cards, but doesn't count as Stone Cold Steve Austin on cards that specifically refer to Stone Cold Steve Austin. So
there is also another version of Stone Cold Steve Austin out there called the 2-Man Power Trip. So that isn't affected by cards that affect the Rattlesnake, but sometimes it's affected by cards that say Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Yeah, so like several of these cards say cannot be packed by the 2-Man Power Trip.
Yeah, you can't put it on the deck.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. So we start with the pre-match phase. The person with the highest superstar value can play the first card, and then we go like back and forth.
Okay, so I am superstar value 5, and you are
Jericho's only 3.
Okay. Okay, so I am going to play the Bionic Redneck. This is a pre-match event. It says at the end of the pre-match phase, I may put 1 maneuver card from my ringside pile into my hand. Wait, what? At the end of the pre-match phase. Ringside pile is the discard pile. Okay, alright, well, anyway. When this card is in your ring area, my card titled DTA cannot be reversed, and my cards titled Patented Austin Kick to the Gut are -3 fortitude and +4 damage. So once again, very wordy.
Yeah.
So it says put 1 maneuver. Okay, so if for any reason I get milled, then I get to put a maneuver into my hand, and it also buffs 2 cards that I have: DTA and Patented Austin Kick to the Gut.
I'm gonna play this Chris Jericho card. I'm better than you. Once during each of your turns, when you have fewer cards in your hand than your opponent, you may draw 1 card.
Okay.
So it sits in play, and it's just an effect that is out there.
Pretty good, I'd say.
It's unique and permanent. Permanent means it can't be discarded.
Okay. All right. I'm going to play Do You Know What My Watch Says? And this cannot be packed by the 2-Man Power Trip.
All right.
When played by Stone Cold Steve Austin, the maximum number of pre-match cards I may have in my ring area is reduced by 1, and my superstar ability now reads as during your draw step, draw 1 additional card. When played by the Rattlesnake, my starting hand size is +2. So I could
also permanent. Okay.
Yeah. So I could use it as either of if I was playing either character, I could use that card, but it changes depending on which one I'm playing. So I have elected to play Vintage Stone Cold Steve Austin. So
seems good. All right, I will play. Would you please shut the hell up? When this card's in your ring area, your opponent randomly discards for your superstar ability.
Okay.
Instead of choosing.
All right. So your ability is now like half a.
They do need audiobooks. I would actually. I mean, honestly, you could like probably find audio clips for literally every single one of these cards from the characters.
Yeah.
I mean, I know you can for that and that.
Yeah.
And that.
So my the last pre-match event that I'm playing is called What? This cannot be played by the 2-man power trip. When this card is in my ring area, during your turn, you may put this card into your ringside pile, look at your opponent's backlash deck, choose one non-reversal card, and he discards the chosen card. When the title DTA is in your ring area, choose any card. When the card titled DTA is in your ring area.
So you could like rip one of my mid-match things away.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Okay. And then I'll play a trash talk and interview. I get on there, I talk to Ric Flair about how mean you are and how terrible. So while this card is in your ring area, as a mid-match action, you may put this card into your ringside pile to shuffle up to 4 cards from your ringside pile in your arsenal. So it's a way to refuel a bit.
Yeah. You could use it to get back like your finisher and whatnot if it randomly got discarded during the match. Okay.
All right, then we draw up to our hand size.
Okay, so 7.
It's a 7. I did not find any rules for mulligans.
Okay.
I could see situations where we would need a mulligan,
yeah,
but I don't know how it works. But so we'll just roll with it.
Yeah, I'm fine with it.
Okay. So now, I think the turn phase is just like draw a card. I don't know if you draw on your first turn.
Yeah, that's good. I mean, I have no idea. I certainly have no idea.
I don't know. I assume you don't.
It's like that. If I could mulligan, I certainly would mulligan this hand, I think.
Well, it doesn't say in here you don't, so you draw a card.
Okay. So my superstar ability now reads, during your draw segment, draw 1 additional card. So I will draw 2 cards. Okay. And I can just play as many cards until you reverse me then, right?
That's right.
All right. Well, I'm going to square up. The bell's rung. The match has begun, and I'm just gonna walk up. I'm just gonna start the match off with a punch.
I'm gonna step aside.
Oof!
I'm gonna reverse that strike. Nice shot. Oh wait, thought he had him. Says Michael Cole.
All right, so that is not successfully played because you reversed it from my hand. Okay, and that's that.
Okay, I will. I'm gonna hit you with a hair pull.
Oh, I have no hair.
It's a submission. I'm pulling Stone Cold Steve Austin. I'm doing my best. There's no ritual spitting in this game, unfortunately.
All right.
So if you have a submission reversal, you can hit it. Otherwise, you take 1 damage.
So
it says when successfully played, you may look at your opponent's hand, and if your next card plays a grapple maneuver, your opponent is reversal to it will be +8 fortitude.
I gotcha. So you can use it to set up something.
Yeah.
So I think I will play Clumsy Opponent, and this says may reverse any maneuver of 4 damage or less and end your opponent's turn, and I may draw 1 card.
Oh, I didn't draw a card.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Done. So I draw.
Yep.
All right.
And I take a damage from that.
Yep.
Milled my half crab.
Okay. All right. So start of my turn, I will draw 2. I don't have like my whole deck in the hand.
Yeah. Which is, I guess, bad because it's kind of like you're taking damage, unless you just. But I assume that'll give you the fuel to rally and destroy me.
I currently have 1 fortitude then because I've done 1 damage. Yeah. Okay. All right. All right. You stepped aside that. You tried to pull my hair out, and then I took my hat off and revealed that I had no hair. I'm just gonna try to punch you again.
All right. You successfully punch me.
Okay. So I'm gonna punch you for 3.
1, 2, 3.
All right, so you revealed no
reversals.
No reversals, so I get to keep going.
Yep.
All right, I am going to put you in the ankle lock.
Okay.
So this is a submission. Jim Ross is screaming from the announcer's booth. He's gonna tap. He's done.
He's done with 2 damage.
2 damage.
All right. That reverses a grapple. So
that is not a grapple. Okay. All right. So this was successfully played. When successfully played, your opponent must discard 1 card.
Reversals are red cards. Yep. So I have to discard a card. Okay.
Okay. All right. I think I'm just gonna keep going. All right. I am going to hit you with the spinning heel kick. So this is Fortitude 2. So I have done that. I've got 6 right here. So I got 5 damage coming at you. This is a strike.
Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Reversal.
As a reversal, if your opponent is a female superstar, if played from your hand, reverse any of the listed cards above and end your opponent's turn. Which is
okay. So I'm not a female superstar.
It's called filthy, disgusting, brutal, bottom-feeding, trash bag hoe.
Well, all right. always we can appreciate how ahead of its time wrestling was.
Oh, yeah.
All right. So, all right. When successfully played, you must discard 1 card.
My God. Okay.
Stone Cold's really working over
Jesus.
Jericho. Okay. So, okay, so I'm gonna hit you with the Luthez Press.
Good lord.
High risk.
So many words.
Yeah. So as a maneuver, can only be played after the card titled Irish Whip or successfully played 5 damage or greater strike maneuver. So this was a 5 damage strike maneuver.
Yep.
Okay, that's it. So the rest is refers to
15 damage, huh?
15.
Okay, 1, 2. Reverse any maneuver that's 7 damage or less. Nope. 3, 4, 5. Reverse any type of maneuver and end your opponent's turn.
Oh.
Oh, it's 4, 2, 10.
Oh, okay. So
Yep.
you don't have that. Yeah.
6. Nope. 7, 8. Nope. 9, 10.
Uh-oh. Reverses high risk.
When overturned from your arsenal, it can reverse any high risk and maneuver and end your opponent's turn.
Okay, yep.
All right, I rolled out of the way.
Okay.
All right, so my turn finally. I'll draw a card. I will. How many cards you got in your hand there? You got 6?
6.
All right, so I'm going to use the thing that lets me draw a card if you have more cards than me.
Okay.
And I'll start with the ankle lock. So it's a submission maneuver. 2 damage.
Nope, don't have it. Okay, so take 2. 1 and 2. It was successfully played, so you make me discard a card.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so I'm going to discard Stomp a Mudhole.
Okay.
This says can only be played after a successfully played maneuver. So I'm not entirely sure that I could get that played on the next turn.
I will. I'm going to discard. I'll use Jericho's thing, discard a card to make you discard a card random.
Okay.
Discard this. Oh, geez.
Yeah.
Oh,
make you
God.
discard 2 cards.
Oh, geez. All right, so, and then I'll hit you with a pump kick. This cannot be played by the Brothers of Destruction, whoever that is. Cannot be reversed from your opponent's hand if this is the first non-pre-match card play of the game, which obviously it's not. So it takes, it's 4 damage strike.
Okay, and I can't reverse it? Or
It can be reversed.
Okay, cannot be reversed from your opponent's hand if this is the first. Okay, I gotcha. So if you're just like starting it off.
Yep.
So I am going to step aside.
All right.
Just get out of the way.
All right, back to you.
Okay, so I will draw 2 at the start of my turn. Okay, I think it's time to use one of these, I think.
Oh yeah, we got these, don't we?
Okay. Okay, wait. Okay. Yeah, okay. So, I'm gonna play Do You Want a Hug?
Okay.
Alright. Cannot be played by the two-man power trip. The card titled Hell in the Cell Match is blanked for the rest of the turn.
Alright, great.
When your fortitude rating is less than your opponent's fortitude rating and you have fewer cards in hand than him, he discards number cards where number is equal to the number of cards he has in his hand greater than you. When played by the rattlesnake, you may then draw up to 2 cards.
You're not the rattlesnake.
I'm not the rattlesnake, so nothing.
And your fortitude rate is higher than mine.
Yeah, so nothing happens with this. I have read 3 paragraphs of text and nothing has occurred yet. When your fortitude rating is greater than your opponent's fortitude rating, he discards his hand. Choose number cards from the ringside pile and put them into his hand, where number is equal to the number of cards discarded. And when played by the rattlesnake, he then discards 2 cards.
So I discard 3 cards, and you give me 3 cards?
I give you 3 cards.
Okay. That seems good.
Okay. You could give you some fortitude.
Yeah.
Some stuff that's
You're gonna
very...
regret that in a little bit.
Oh, yeah?
Maybe, unless I'm dead.
Okay, yeah. Alright, I'll give you those. That's fine. Those are yours. Alright. Okay. Now. So I know you can't reverse anything. Alright. So, I am now going to offer you a handshake.
Alright.
This is a face card. I don't know if you mentioned that heal and face cards earlier.
Yeah, there are different types of cards in this game that you cannot pack together in the same deck. So heal and face, you can't have healed cards and face cards in the same deck. There's also like SmackDown and Raw cards. So kind of like deck building restrictions.
Yeah.
Which is okay.
Yeah, once again,
I hate that. That's
once
something
again,
that, like,
something I think that could be solved with like an icon.
Way better than a subtype.
Yeah. Okay, so I am gonna play. I'm gonna offer you a handshake. I drop the 3 cards and then I discard 1 card.
Sounds good.
All right, I will discard escape move.
What's the flavor text say that
on the offer handshake?
Yeah.
Offer handshakes. Stone Cold says, "I'm putting out my hand, son. Shake it."
He's gonna Stone Cold Stunner me.
All right. All right, I'm gonna get the crowd support. It says draw a card. My next maneuver is +4 damage, and your opponent's reversals are +12 fortitude.
Okay.
So I will draw a card. Oh
God.
All right, here it comes. I'm gonna hit you with the kick.
All right.
All right. So this is 5. So it's actually 9 damage, and your reversals are +12 fortitude. Does that include the reversals flip from the top of the deck?
Yes.
Okay.
I believe so.
All right.
5.
So hitting you for 9.
9.
Yeah.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I don't think I can't actually play any of those because they're too high.
Yeah. All right. And this says when successfully played, I must take the top card of my arsenal and put it in my ringside pile. All right. I'm gonna open up a can of whoop ass.
Okay.
My next maneuver this turn is +6 damage, and your reversal is +20 fortitude, and I draw a card.
Jesus.
All right, and chat, give me a hell yeah.
What the?
I draw up to number cards where number is equal to the number of superstar specific cards in my ring area, and number cannot be greater than 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6. So I draw 6 cards.
Okay.
I guess
I'll just lose.
I'll hit him with a Stone Cold Stunner. Goo, goo, goo. -6 fortitude if I've played it after a kick. I actually I think I had enough fortitude to play it anyway, but you can't play the Stone Cold Stunner without kicking him first. And so this is doing 31 damage.
Does it increase my fortitude rating for the reversals?
Your fortitude rating is increased by plus 20.
Well, I guess I'll just die. Okay. Well, let's switch decks.
There you go.
Let's see what happens. Maybe Jericho can do anything. Holy crap.
I said I would have mulliganed my opening hand, but it just like lined up. It was crazy. So yeah. There you go. That's how you wrestle.
Let's try this again.
Hilarious.
I feel like I didn't get like the necessary
tools.
At the beginning.
Yeah. Right. Well, my hand was lined up in such a way with the fortitude ratings and whatnot that all I had to do, like, if I hit one or two maneuvers, then I could like escalate up the fortitude chain, and then when I like discarded your hand, I knew you couldn't stop me, so I just got to do what I want to do.
I also, because I had like reversals in the side deck, and I forgot to use them. So
yeah,
that was probably bad too.
Yeah,
but now we learn.
Yeah. Oh, this is in my hand. Okay.
I don't know, man. I got completely trashed. That's like if Stone Cold came out and literally just beat up Jericho, and all he got to do, what did he even get off? He got like a
you had a trash talk and interview before the match started,
and then he just came out there and beat the crap out of him. I think Jericho got like one ankle locked out, and that was it.
Yeah.
Hit every signature move. Got a hell yeah from the crowd.
Yeah. He cracked open the Budweisers and downed him.
That definitely happened.
Kicked him and then like Stone Cold was beating up Jericho, and in the middle of the match, Jericho's like stunned and dazed, and that's when Stone Cold hit him with the after doing like all the celebratory stuff like that, Jericho's just still reeling from it. He puts his hand out, and then kicks him in the stomach, and then stutters him.
Roll credits. He's already down like 16 beers on stage.
Yeah.
He's never not caught a beer when it's thrown at him, by the way. That's incredible.
Some people were born for their roles.
It might be. Man. That didn't go. I thought it was going to
go. It didn't. I had no idea what to expect. It's yeah. I felt like half the cards I played were blank, but
yeah, right.
Slightly quicker than Dune.
Just slightly.
I feel like the Dune has the opposite problem, where the text on the words or the text on the cards is actually very, very short. But no, I guess I won't draw this yet. The text on the cards is very short, but like there's so much packed into so much meaning packed into what those cards are actually doing.
All right, we can play our same things. I don't think either one has real effects.
So I'm better than you. If I have fewer cards in my hand, then I can draw one card. Trash talk and interview. And would you please shut the hell up?
All right, I got what you know what my watch says and the bionic redneck.
Okay,
so
I probably could have even used one of those.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. I had like killed you before I even got to the point where I played DTA.
Oh, I forgot. Okay, DTA's in here.
Yeah.
And that's the bottom line. And you search for for Stone Cold said so. Okay.
Yeah.
Alright, so I'll draw my 7 cards.
Yep.
And if you sure get a lot of cards.
Yeah, that's a lot of cards.
Okay. Interesting. That's the mulligans, so I'll just draw 2 cards and start it out. Jeez. Okay. I will I'll hit you with a fireman's carry. It is a grapple.
And you can look at my hand.
Yeah, one successfully played.
Okay. So I think what I do is I hit you with the elbow to the face.
Wow.
So it can reverse any maneuver that does 7 damage or less and end your turn, and you take 2 damage.
Okay.
Okay. So I have 6. You have 8.
Yes.
All right. So
you draw first, right?
Yeah. So once I draw 1, so I go to 7. I have fewer cards than you, so I'm going to draw a card. Okay. I think that I will discard a card. I'm going to discard puppies, and there's this cute picture of some dogs.
It's
here.
so weird how they would put some.
I don't know what this could be referring to.
You could put down there.
Yeah, I don't know what you could be referring to.
With puppies.
Yeah. So, but anyway, I'm going to discard this card.
Okay.
And to make you discard a card at random.
It's so weird. There's pictures of puppies in this game. It's a good card though.
It's a 14 fortitude, so I think I'm pretty far away from actually playing it. So. Elbow to the face. Oh, okay, that's good to get rid of. Because you were about to elbow me back to my face after I elbowed you in your face. All right, I think I'm just gonna hit you with a super kick.
Okay.
It is a strike. 5 damage.
I'm gonna hit you with the double digits. Reverse any strike, grapple, or submission move or end your opponent's turn. If played from hand, opponent must discard 2 cards, then take the top 2 cards of his arsenal and put them into his ringside pile. Hit you with the double digits.
Okay.
And he says, "Who does he think he is? He's out of control."
All right.
Jared,
so if this is reversed from hand, I do draw a card.
Deck.
From deck.
Yeah.
Okay. So I will point out that some cards have the star icons on them.
They're called stun value.
Yeah. So when they're reversed from the deck, you actually get to draw cards. A lot of the finishers have those on there.
Yeah.
So, okay. All right. So I have to discard 2 cards.
Yes.
My choice.
Yes.
Discard 2 cards. All right.
And then you mill 2.
I will discard. I think the Ayatollah of Rock and Rolla. This Fortitude 12.
Yeah.
And then I am going to discard. I guess I'll discard Hair Pool. I don't think it does enough. And then I gotta lose. So I lose the Breakdown and the Springboard Dropkick. I'm losing all kinds of Jericho only cards.
That's not great. I guess you have ways to shuffle, but okay. So I'll start my turn. I draw 2, and I'll hit you with a super kick. Strike, 5 damage.
Okay, nope, you can't stop it. So it looks like I'm taking 5. 1, a 2, a 3, a 4, and a 5.
Okay.
So let's get hit right with the kick. Take it right to the side of my face. Ugh.
I don't have anything else to play, so I'm done.
Okay, so I am gonna draw. You have.
I have 7 cards.
7 cards. So I will draw a card.
What precision! A devastating strike. That's super kick. I've never seen Stone Cold Steve Austin super kick anyway. First of all.
Okay, I am.
Well, he did flip you off and then kick you in the face, which is pretty funny.
As an action, shuffle this card into my arsenal and draw 1 card. So I'm going to roll out of the way. That kind of feels sort of clunky.
Right. It's just like a get rid of this card for now.
Yeah. It reverses a high risk maneuver.
Oh, it only reverses from deck though, right?
Yes. Yeah. So kind of weird, right? Like just doesn't feel natural. I will say, so because we didn't swap out the sleeves that these decks were in, these are these illegal mirror cards because you can like you can like
see.
lift a little bit and like just look at like a card underneath it.
Yeah.
They are just like just straight mirrors. Okay, so and then a draw card. Okay. I think what I do is I'm gonna hit you with this dirty low blow.
Dirty low blow. Okay.
I can only play it if my fortitude rating is less than yours.
Okay, it is.
So
not, I can't reverse, right?
Yeah. So take 2. Hit you right there.
Right in the giblies.
And I think I'm gonna cash in this interview now. When this card is in your ring area as a mid-match action, you may shuffle the card into your ringside pile. Yeah, sorry, you may put this card in your ringside pile and shuffle up to 4 cards from my ringside pile into my arsenal. Now, does this go?
It's in your discard pile.
Yeah, I was just.
It cannot be put back in your deck, but
yeah, I gotcha. All right, so, all right, let's get.
Yeah, there's definitely other types of sleeves that can be like reflective, and yeah, it's not.
Yeah,
they are.
But these were like these were probably the most blatant.
Yeah.
Right, like this is a reversal. This is a strike of some sort. You know, like it's just like straight. Yeah. I think I want to shuffle these totally these totally rockin' cards back into the deck. But I also need like some. I'm gonna get the super kick.
I actually don't know if there's a maximum amount of cards you can ever get.
Alright, so we'll shuffle those back into the deck. Yeah, I mean, it's so, like, if you just, I don't know if you could see this as I'm shuffling, but just, like, look at the reflections of the cards. Like, I can see it, I can see, like, where cards are as I'm shuffling, which is absolutely bonkers that anybody thought this kind of sleeves were, like, a good idea. If I like went to a competitive tournament and somebody sat down across from me and had these sleeves on, like, I would laugh them out of the room. You know, like yeah.
You're like immediately judge.
Yeah, judge. No, I do think
there's no maximum hand size. Okay.
I do think being a heel, I think you would use.
It is correct. Yes,
it is correct to use mirror sleeves.
It is the correct play as Jericho to use mirror sleeves.
Okay. All right. So I think I want to try to make you discard something. I'll discard lift a boot, which is a high risk. It can only reverse a high risk maneuver if played from your hand, and it ends your opponent's turn.
Okay.
But it does do 2 damage, so we'll get a card, see if we can get something. So a grapple. Okay. I wish I had like a grapple to hit you with. Now that I know that I've discarded one from your hand. All right. I guess I'll start with a punch.
Okay.
Hit you for 3.
I'm gonna step aside.
Oh, I just walked right all the way.
Yep.
I did a lot of trash talking. I should have focused more on actually punching you.
Right, draw 2. I'm gonna super kick you again.
Oh god.
Bang. Bang bang.
Okay, so I think here is where I hit you with the backlash.
Okay.
Can only be played if my fortitude rating is less than your opponent. So you have 5 to my 4. Reverse any strike, grapple, or submission maneuver if it is not the first maneuver played. Oh, not the first one played this turn. Yeah. Okay. So so I'll get hit for 5. I can't reverse it at all. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5.
Okay. Does that one? No.
So unfortunately, Walls of Jericho is among the ones that was milled here, which is his trademark finisher.
It does have ways to get it back though.
That's good.
With some puppies.
All right. Okay, that's it.
All right. Why don't you give me a hell yeah? We'll draw a number of cards where a number is equal to the number of superstar specific cards in your ring area. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Jeez, the card's so good.
It's dumb. There is a Jericho card that says draw 5 cards or make the opponent discard 5 cards.
Oh wow.
Yeah. All right. And then we'll get crowd support. Draw 1 card. Your next maneuver this turn is +4 damage, and opponent's reversals are +12 fortitude. I'll hit you with the pump handle slam. It's 10 fortitude, 7 damage, so it's going to be
Yikes.
It's going to be 11 damage, and
Okay.
your reversals are +12 fortitude.
Okay, well, don't have enough fortitude, so I guess I'm gonna get hit for 12 then, and I have
11.
to discard 2 cards. Or sorry, 11 and discard 2 cards.
Yep.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Can't work. 6. Okay, nope, it can't work. 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. And then I have to discard 2 cards. Absolutely brutal.
Yeah.
Absolutely brutal. Okay. I am going to discard Roll the Footage Monkeys. And I am going to discard Jericho's Insurugi. Insuguri?
Insuguri.
Insuguri, okay.
I'll play Rattlesnake Rules. Draw 1 card. Your next card play this turn cannot be reversed.
Oh, God.
Then I will punch you.
Okay. For 3?
Yep.
1, 2, and 3. So.
Okay.
Oh, Y2J is what I needed.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a pretty good one. Pretty good card, I'd say.
What? Okay. I have 20 fortitude. So I'm gonna play Unleash Hell.
Okay.
When your fortitude rating is less than your opponent, it's -13, but it's not. Put up to 5 cards in your hand on top of your arsenal. Shuffle up to double that many cards from your ringside pile into your arsenal, and then draw the same number of cards you shuffled into your arsenal.
Okay. So you put 5 cards from your hand on top of your deck. You take 10 cards from your ringside and shuffle it into your deck, and then you draw 5 cards. Is that what it said?
Then then draw the same number of cards you shuffled into your arsenal.
Oh my god. So it's put 5, draw 10?
Yeah.
Okay.
What?
What?
It's put 5, shuffle 10, draw 10.
Yeah, god. Okay. It's like...
I don't think I have 10 in here, so I would only draw 7.
Okay. Okay.
But what the fuck?
It's like wheel... It's like you time...
That's like ultimate Wheel of Fortune.
You
only
time
for
twisted.
You. That's insane.
Yeah.
Where is the balance in this game?
I don't know. I don't
think it's
well,
anywhere. It's like...
the monkeys, or sorry, Roll the Footage Monkeys.
Mm-hmm.
Says reverse any action card in your opponent's turn, and you may search your arsenal for 1 card with the same title. So if I had like an Unleash Hell or whatever, and you, I could have like stopped it.
Yeah,
I could have.
It is a Stone Cold Star card, but yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so I'll draw 7 cards here, I guess.
Okay.
It's a real head scratcher. Why that exists. Okay, well, I'm gonna keep playing all this stuff, I guess.
Yep.
I guess I'll play, I'll play, and that's the bottom line. Oh, that's a reversal, okay. I can't play that. I'll kick you.
Okay. I am going to backlash that.
Okay.
So can only be played if my fortitude rating is less than yours, and reversing a strike, grapple, or submission maneuver if it is not the first maneuver played this turn. So this is 3 damage. So
that does 3 damage.
yeah.
Okay.
All right. Back.
You're back in the offense.
So I'll draw. I will draw once because I've got fewer cards in hand than you. And then I am going to discard Break the Hold to make you discard a card at random. There's like no way the card I play doesn't get reversed here.
The Stone Cold Said So is gone.
I can only assume that's good for me. All right, I'm going to hit you with the super kick.
Strike.
Yeah.
So I can play, and that's the bottom line. To reverse any strike, grapple, or submission maneuver in your opponent's turn. And you look through your ringside pile and then your arsenal for a card titled Because Stone Cold Said So, and you put it in your hand.
Okay. All right.
Shuffle your arsenal if you looked through it, which I did not.
Well, glad I made you discard that randomly.
Yeah. All right, I'll draw 2 cards. Okay.
Are you going to destroy me?
I guess so. I don't know, man. I'll play Get Crowd Support to draw a card, and next maneuver is +4 damage, and reversals are +12 fortitude.
Okay, so I can Manager Interferes that, right? Reverse any type of maneuver, or is that's an action? Okay,
yeah.
okay.
And then I will hit you with the old kick. So it's gonna be 9 damage strike.
Okay. It's +12 fortitude. I actually do have 12 fortitude now. But I don't have, so I could no this is 10, so this is 22, so right. I can't play that. And this does not reverse strike, so I can't play this, even though I can actually play it at 0. So take 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That stops the turn right there. It. Okay.
That is still successful.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I'm on the ropes over here, so I'll draw 1. I've got fewer cards in hand than you. I will draw another one. Hello. Okay. I'm gonna play Roll Out of the Way.
These are constructed decks. However, I did not construct them. They're how I got them from eBay.
Yeah. So somebody else built these.
Yeah.
All right. And so as an action, I can shuffle that into the deck and draw a card.
So far, the Stone Cold deck has been just utterly trashing.
Yeah, it is. But yeah, it's not even close. All right, and draw a card.
We too love playing all kinds of CCGs. That's why we're doing this series.
Yep, we're working our way through them, and we like talking about what we like and dislike about the games, or what we would change if we were suddenly put in charge of them. I'm gonna play this card that has it's 12. It's 12 lines of text on it.
12 lines of text.
12 lines, a cool 12 lines of text. So I'm gonna play Toss Between the Ropes.
Oh my god.
Okay. Cannot be reversed by your opponent's Backlash deck.
Okay.
Yeah. So you can't reverse it out of there. When successfully played, so this is a grapple. You have any reversals for grapples?
Yeah.
Dang. Okay. Well, I'm going to continue reading the card. So it cannot be reversed from the deck. When successfully played, put up to 1 card from your opponent's ring area that has an activated card effect into his ringside pile. So would that count as those?
It would say active on it.
Okay. Okay. All right. Your next card this turn is considered to be played after the card title "Throw opponent out of the ring."
So this is actually act. This is act.
Oh, okay, gotcha. So I could blow that up.
If it was successful, yeah.
All right. When successfully played by Rey Mysterio, you may also search your arsenal for the card titled the 619. Reveal it to your opponent, put it into your hand, and then shuffle your arsenal.
Okay.
So that is reversed then.
Okay, I will. I'll hit you with the European uppercut. This is a 5 damage strike.
Okay. So I am gonna play Manager Interferes.
Okay.
Reverse any type of maneuver and end your opponent's turn. If played from the hand, I draw a card. Requires 10 fortitude and it does 1 damage.
Okay. I did draw. I don't think I drew cards. I only have 7 cards. No.
Oh yeah.
Definitely did not. Okay, that's fine.
Okay, so take 1 damage.
Done.
Alright, so my turn, I will draw. You've got way more cards than me, so I will draw. Alright, so I'm cooking with about 13 fortitude right now.
Oh, this was reversed. Uppercut.
Yes. Yeah. Yes. Okay. You've got 25. Okay. You like reverse everything I try to do. I guess I'm gonna discard Break the Hold to discard a card at random from your hand. Card advantage is so important in this game, and I feel like cards were printed with like no concept of like.
The fact that there's a card that does that thing where I drew like 7 cards in a turn means they had no idea.
Yeah.
The fact that there's any card that like just lets you play an action and draw 6 cards, it's like some Pokemon shit, dude.
Yeah.
Whereas in Pokemon you're limited to 1 attack a turn, so it's like kind of fine.
Right.
Yeah, it's Professor Oak. Yeah.
Okay. I am gonna play the Half Crab. This is a submission. You got anything? If not, I'm gonna start reading.
Reverse any maneuver of 4 damage or less and in your opponent's turn.
Ah, dang.
I can draw a card. And it does 1 damage.
I can't play this card if the card titled First to Tap Out match is in my ring area. When this is successfully played, I may search my arsenal for the card titled Boston Crab, reveal it to your opponent, and put it into my hand and shuffle my arsenal. If I do not search my arsenal, and if your next card played this turn is the card titled Boston Crab, it cannot be reversed. So I think that's kind of interesting. I mean, this is very clumsily worded, but like you get him in the half crab, but then you get him in the full Boston Crab, right? So kind of interesting. It's like comboing. So anyway.
It does do 1 damage.
1. Oh, I can't take damage like this.
All right, so Stone Cold draws 2. Okay, let's start with a spinning heel kick. When successfully played, opponent must discard 1 card as a 5 damage strike.
All right, I'm gonna elbow you to the face.
Okay.
Reverse any maneuver that does 7 damage or less, and I end your turn.
Done.
All right, so I will draw.
You're definitely doing better than me. So there's that.
Oh, cool. All right, so I've got fewer cards than you. I will draw. I feel like a lot of it's just because I've managed to have
anything resolve.
Yeah. Well, I have had reversals. Like I'm in this match only because of reversals, and I'm like barely in the match, right? I want to kind of like. Okay, so I currently have 15 fortitude. Oh no. Alright, so I'm gonna try to ankle lock you. So submission is 2 damage.
I take 2.
Oh my god. I can't believe I landed an attack.
Versus a grapple that does 7 damage or less.
Nope. Oh god, nope.
Versus a strike that does 7 damage or less. Okay.
Oh, I'm dodging all kinds of stuff. Alright. I am going to play How You Like Me Now. Okay? Can only be played after a successfully played maneuver, and I can put 1 card from my ringside pile, right, into my hand. So,
right.
I gotta... so I am at 12, 17. Okay, we gotta get something big. We gotta get something big. One card. Oh, so I could get Y2J.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's
5.
Ooh, that's like, I guess
I gotta. It's kind of risky, right?
Yeah, it is.
I know you can't block submissions though.
I mean, at this point, you might just have to.
I may just have to draw the 5 to see if I can.
Yeah.
But I could hit you with the chair. It's so funny.
Bang.
It would just be so funny to hit you with the chair. I said how much? 17? Ooh, 17 is not 18. I could use the breakdown. That would have been pretty good. Walls of Jericho is at 30. I'm the king of the world, cannot be reversed.
Is there 2 puppies in there in the discard pile?
There is 1 puppies. So shuffle up to 5 cards, then draw 2.
You have another puppies in the deck.
Ah, okay. Yeah, I feel like I just want to draw the 5 then, right? Because then I could. Okay, all right, that's what we'll do. I'll pull back Y2J. I'm gonna play this to draw 5 cards. We're drawing 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. One at a time. One at a time. Okay. One at a time. Oh. Last card. Puppies. We're playing it. All right.
Man,
so
look at those cute puppies.
Look at this adorable. That's another adorable set of dogs.
Wow.
How did they find their way into this wrestling ring?
So cute.
No idea. Is that card a Jericho card?
No.
Okay.
It's not.
All right. So shuffle the 5 cards. I think I have to. Maybe we're shuffling number cards. Okay, so I guess I'll put that in there.
I think I'll follow H2. I had to do.
Chair shot's just too funny not to use. I get a pretty good chance to use that if I land.
This is a throwback for you. Yeah, this is a first for us.
I think why not?
Yeah.
I think if I'm gonna win, it's because I land that. Oh, also pretty good. I guess I shuffled this in because if I hit that, then I get to shuffle more stuff in.
That makes sense. They would like refuel.
Yeah.
That'd be pretty good to draw the 2 and then do it again.
Yeah. Okay. All right. We're not out of it yet. Jericho's mounting a comeback. I feel like you have to I think both players really need to be like selling the match the whole time they're playing it.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that's key to enjoyment of the game.
I think I think it would be like real easy to take this game far too seriously.
And so like when I was watching games of like the nationals, that's how it felt. It's like everyone was like being way too serious about it.
Yeah. Okay.
And I can't imagine balance got any better with like user defined stuff.
Yeah.
That conversation about Raw deal with a friend of mine. They had cards to the World Championship they had at WrestleMania 1 year. It's like $10. That's awesome. They actually had a World Championship for this game at WrestleMania. That's actually hilarious. Imagine if they put some nerds in the middle of the ring and like made them play this game. You didn't hit the combo?
Nope. No. I'm working on some stuff. Okay, so I am going to put you in the sleeper.
Okay. I I cannot reverse it.
Okay, so it does 5 damage. When successfully played, I may look through my arsenal for the card titled Maintain Hold, show to you, and then place the card in my hand.
Reverse any mover that does 7 damage or less.
Ooh, okay. So
you do get to search your deck for that.
Okay, so Maintain Hold. I don't even think there's a Maintain Hold in here. There is not. So
it should be kind of promo against it. I know, right? It'll be very thematic. Okay. Well, I'll start punching you. So I have 5, I have 17, 26. So I will hit you with a spinning heel kick.
Okay. I can reverse any maneuver that does 7 damage or less and end your turn.
Okay.
Okay. And that one's discarded.
Yes.
Unfortunately, a lot of the cards in my hand are like
Jericho's shutting down all offense.
I'll draw one. You've got
I got a lot of cards in my hand. Draw another one.
Okay, yeah.
If you so want.
Oh, we hit it. The card's also good. Yeah, so it's interesting how like the variable power level of cards get more powerful.
Mm-hmm.
The cards that like return stuff from this get more powerful the more like desperate you are, right?
Yeah.
So I think that is interesting. Okay. I do some. All right, so I'm gonna play Roll Out of the Ring.
You're harking into this when it came out, then Magic, then Pokemon. Oh, wait, it was Magic, then Pokemon, then this.
Okay.
That's a reasonable timeline.
Magic, then Pokemon.
That's the new one, right?
Yeah, that's usually, it's usually the other way around. It's usually Pokemon to Magic, or Yu-Gi-Oh to Magic, or Pokemon to Yu-Gi-Oh.
Okay, roll another ring.
All right, so I can discard up to 2 cards from my hand to the ringside pile. Then I can return an equal number of cards of my choice to hand from the ringside pile.
Oh, okay. That's pretty good. Low deck.
Yeah. So I am going to discard the Running Bulldog. And I am going to discard. I gotta do it. No, I'm so close to doing it. I can't do it. I can't do it. All right, I will. I'll discard the Shoot Aerial 360-degree kick. Okay, and then I get 2 cards of my choice from the discard pile to put into my hand.
There's like some balance there. If you could decide to get some reversals, I guess.
Yeah,
but
yeah, it's kind of tough.
Yeah.
Okay, so I need this tossed between ropes. Oh, I could put you in the. Could have put you in the Boston Crab. Oh, I could get the half crab, then the Boston Crab.
Oh, because the half crab gets the Boston
Crab. Yeah, I think that's what we do. Oh, yeah, I like it. You have like 1 chance to have drawn something there. I think that's what we go for. I'm gonna discard the chair shot and make you discard a card at random from your hand.
Jericho's really giving it his all here.
Yeah.
He throws the chair out of the ring. He's throwing a million mind games with his opponent. Oh no, that's my reversal. Don't trust nobody.
Oh, we got it. We got it. Let's see if we can do it. All right. Jericho's moving in for the half crab. Yeah, so it cannot be played. The first card title. Yeah. So submission does 4 damage.
Reverse a mover 4 damage or less.
Oh!
Your half grab's low damage really bit you. All right, well, Stone Cold back on offense now.
You keep hitting it off the top.
Oh man. Okay. So I will hit you with the double leg takedown. It is a 3 damage grapple.
Okay. I am gonna play Don't You Ever, Don't You Never, Ever. Reverse any strike, grapple, or submission maneuver in your opponent's turn. If played from my hand, you must discard 2 cards, and all my maneuvers are +2 damage during the next turn.
Okay. And show that card on screen because I'll have a picture on that. It's
yeah.
so good.
He's just doing like this, the jaw just. Okay. So I will draw. I've got 5. You got more than me. I'll draw another one.
Yeah, I got 8.
Okay. I think I will play the second copy of Puppies Puppies. Because I'm back to being pretty low on cards again. I feel like I need to shuffle in some reversals. The reversals are like the literally only thing keeping me in this game at this point. I'll shuffle that in. Shuffle that in. Ooh, good. Put that in there. Also seems good. Wish I should have played that before the before I tried to put you in the Boston Crab. And then I guess we just get something. That deck had a decent amount of strikes in it, so I'll try putting a strike in there. Okay. Shuffle. Okay.
All right, draw 2.
Drawing 2. 1, 2. Oh yeah, here we go. I am the Ayatollah of Rock and Rolla.
Yeah, it's definitely much closer than I thought it was gonna be.
I look at your hand. It started off real bad. I was like, well, we're gonna lose this one. So look at your hand, and for the rest of the turn, your reversals revealed from your arsenal while applying damage cannot reverse maneuvers.
Okay.
All right, so those are your 2 reversals right there.
Yeah.
You have a submission and a strike reversal. Okay. Oh, and then you got the lose.
That can only reverse Irish Whip.
Okay, gotcha. Okay. Oh man, you've been trying to stun me forever.
I just can't get there.
Oh man, you've had these cards?
Yeah.
Oh, oof. Okay. I guess the thing is I've got like enough fortitude now that those don't blank the cards automatically anymore. Okay, strike and submission. Strike and submission. Okay. So I think I should do the breakdown, right? It's grapple.
Okay.
As a maneuver, search my arsenal for 1 unique card, reveal it to your opponent, and put it into your hand, and then shuffle your arsenal. And this does 12 damage.
And I can't reverse from deck.
Cannot reverse from deck.
For the turn or for the next maneuver?
For the rest of this turn.
What? Okay. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
Ooh.
God.
Let's see. Get the lion salt, I guess.
You can't do the Walls
of
Jericho?
No, I'm doing that.
Okay.
But I get to go get that.
I only have
card.
3 cards left.
Boom, Walls of Jericho. Boom, trademark finisher. Hit you for 20. He's tapping out. He's done. Jericho's about to score another victory again.
Okay. Oh man.
Woo. Oh, I barely hung on to that one.
That was crazy.
I got that. Yeah. Yeah, I think it was because I took so much damage. I got like my pick of the stuff that was going on.
That's an interesting dynamic.
Yeah, it's very, very. I don't even know how to kind of like put that into concise words. Now, I think, was it the heal cards? I think this was what started the comeback. It's right here. It can only be played after a successful maneuver. Let me get one card from my ringside pile.
Oh yeah.
And so that's what started like the discard pile chain.
Yeah. That's a really so. There's a lot to like about this game, I think, but there's like so much clunk.
Yeah.
That's holding it back from being an amazing game.
So the bizarre thing to me is this game came out in 2003.
Oh, it was 2001.
Or was it 2001? I
think so.
Okay.
So I think they changed the backs when they've changed to WWE. So if you see WWE, it's because they had to change it. Like if it's did you say like a 2001 on it?
Okay, so this is.
I'll see a year.
No, this is 2001. This is
okay.
2001. Well, then my point was going to be that this feels like honestly like a late 90s card game.
It does. Well, it looks like one.
Yeah,
is the thing.
Yeah,
because like just the wording, like the black text on dark red background,
it's like
horrible.
Yeah, whereas like this one. So this card was printed in 2003. So it's like
they added the white text.
Yeah. So it seemed like they did learn some lessons as they went. Mm-hmm. I guess 2001 still relatively early in the card game.
The movie Lord of the Rings came out in 2001.
The card game came out in 2001 too,
and those looked great, right?
Well, that and the game mechanically was much more concise.
Yeah,
right.
We picked out a few issues we had with that too last week. So
yeah.
I mean, it's not perfect. I think this game it does feel like it didn't have a real designer on it.
No, and I would say that.
I don't know that what company produced it, but I don't think it was any like mainstream company.
Comic Images.
It's no normal game company. It's definitely not a company that's around anymore.
Yeah. Or if it was like Comic Images. Yeah, okay, just keep saying Comic Images on all the cards. So yeah, I don't know. It's tough to say, right? Like I think it feels slightly more than cash grab.
Right.
Right.
I think it has more love. It has some love in it. I think
it's got some flavor. Right. I mean, just like because you can only play cards after certain other cards.
Yeah, it was very heavy flavor. So like there's setup cards that these decks didn't really have any of. Like Irish Whip is a setup card. You can actually play any number of Irish Whips in your deck. So you could like make an Irish Whip centric deck where you're just like whipping your opponent,
throwing your opponent into the ropes
with the lariat or the clothesline or whatever, and then like but Irish Whips always reverse Irish Whips. So if you like face down someone with an Irish Whip,
you're just like slinging each other back around,
swinging around, which is hilarious. Like conceptually, it's pretty funny. I like the way damage. Is that is actually Morgan Geek page for it? I like the way momentum feels in this game. Like there's definite momentum. It's like the entire game is built off of momentum, which is cool. And like you said, having your access to your entire discard pile is very relevant for a lot of cards. I don't know that this deck had as many ways to deal with the discard pile as that one did.
Yeah, that might be the difference between heels and faces, right? Like
the face is like drawing cards, like offer handshake is draw 3 cards, and heal.
Whereas like but if I get to look at your hand and I can pick any card that I want from a discard pile, that's like way more powerful than just drawing like 3.
Yeah, it's a lot of information.
So there's a lot of interesting things going on. The thing that I would worry about for this game is the design depth.
Yeah.
Right? Because I feel like eventually you run out of design space.
And especially because it name drops cards all the time on cards.
Yes.
Which I think is a huge mistake. Like you never want to do that in a card game.
Right.
If your card game is evergreen, you don't want to say cards titled chair to the face cannot be used before this card. Like what?
Because you end up with cards like this one, right? Where
this is like can't be packed by a 2-man power.
Yeah,
the card titled Hell and Still.
Yeah, when played by Stone Cold Steve Austin, when played by the Rattlesnake. Yeah. You have to. It feels cumulative. So like every time you print another Stone Cold Steve Austin card, you have to go back
and errata this
and go back and look at every single Stone Cold Steve Austin card that's been printed before.
Yeah.
And that's like it's the same thing when like designing when writing software, you don't want to write software in such a way that requires you to have you want it
you want your game to be scalable.
You want it modular and scalable,
Yeah.
and this does not feel scalable.
It doesn't. But I haven't looked.
There's probably more modularity here than initially it looks.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I think there's a lot of design space. I think in this game, it could do with an overhaul. I don't know everything that the user created stuff did with the game.
Yeah.
I haven't looked at a lot of custom cards.
Yeah.
So they may have revamped a lot of things and a lot of rules. I don't know. I actually had trouble finding just a rule layout on their website because I was looking through their forums. This was an in-house WWE produced developed, plus a co-designer with a card comic book shop owner who was connected to comic images. That sounds like some nepotism to me. Although the WWE is like nepotism.
Yeah, I don't necessarily think that is off brand there. So
no, it's 1,000% nepotism in that world.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I would say you could tell somebody had played card games that designed this.
Yeah.
Maybe not a lot.
They probably played some Magic and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it does have its own kind of like. I do feel like there are mechanics here that aren't necessarily elsewhere.
Right. Yeah. I mean, the whole. It takes doing damage to your deck a whole new level. I liked that you could reverse from your deck. That added an interesting dynamic to flipping cards. Right.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. I wish there was more ways, I guess, to stop your opponent from just like going off. Because it did seem like in the first game when you played Stone Cold, there was literally nothing I could do.
Yeah, it was like the first move hit, and it was I just kept going.
Yeah.
So I would say that having played this and played UFS, I feel like UFS is what this game fully realized.
Yes. Yeah. Well, I think you could like make a hybrid game, like a hybrid between the two could exist.
Yeah.
With aspects of this, and then aspects of what makes UFS great, like. UFS had like high, mid, and like low moves, right? Mm-hmm. And you would block those just certain ways.
Yeah, that way it's not like strike.
Yeah, so it's
strike illegal object.
You could do the same thing in like wrestling terms and strike and submissions and grapples.
Well, the thing UFS does not do, UFS does give you a character and gives you a unique character, and they have like their own special abilities. Mm-hmm. But there are a lot of like card types in UFS that I honestly think you could just get rid of those. And solve them with something like this.
Oh, like a pre-match stuff?
Yeah, where it's like you have a number of cards that you could start and play with. Yeah. Because I like this from like a design aspect when you got limitations and you have to decide which of these cards you want to use before a game begins.
So there's
complements your deck.
There's different types of pre-match cards that I didn't go over, but there's like feuds, and there are stipulations, which is like this is the type of match we're having. Yeah. There's like a location to play in Houston, Texas, and like if the match is in Houston, Texas, then this happens. So there's some interesting stuff. They're still very wordy and confusing. So like I was like avoiding these cards as much as possible because like, they all look like that.
Yeah, that's so many words.
You can't even
so many words.
And like when the text starts bleeding onto the picture.
You got too many words. You got too many words.
Unless it's like that one hilarious rock card.
Yeah.
Which I'm actually going to go grab right now because I bought some rock cards which will show them off.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. I think if you have to put that many words on a card, if your card is like the really our studies show that players like really long card names. So here's the longest card name in Magic history, card elemental or whatever. Like when you have that. That's when you've got too many words.
I will make an exception for this card.
Yeah.
It says, take that move, shine it up real nice, turn that sumbitch sideways, and stick it straight up your Rudy Poo candy ass. I think that is acceptable.
Well, it
bleeds around his arm.
Yeah, yeah. It like lines up. It's like designed for that, right? Yeah. So that to me is excusable. And I think you need like a certain, especially in something wrestling themed. I think you need a certain amount of kayfabe,
flair, and
if you will.
Definitely.
So I think
some sort of amount of ridiculousness is cool.
Yeah.
And like the flavor text in these cards is pretty great. I don't know if this one has any. Oh, it does. It says, "This ain't sing along with the great one." So when he was heel, and he could never get over quite as like fully as heel. Like the crowd would still get into everything he was doing, even though they were supposed to hate him.
Yeah.
And they would still like chant with him, and he would have to yell at them to try to make them hate him. It just does not ever work. It's really funny.
You just love him. He's too charismatic.
Yeah.
I just love him too much.
You did it from memory?
Yeah.
Take care. Yeah,
Thanks, Popster.
We're about to wrap it up. We're just going over the final thoughts here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean...
And this is... I could see... So, unlike a game like Dune, which I don't know if it would ever be anyone's favorite game if they played a bunch of it.
I can easily see this being someone's favorite game.
I could see this being someone's favorite game.
And there's probably so many cards that exist that you could make several fun decks, probably.
Yeah.
With all your favorite wrestlers.
And I think this is like a good gateway drug, I would say. If you're like a wrestling fan, you never played card games, and you pick this up, you might go try something else after this.
Yeah, because even the last game we played was like fun. I mean, that's like back and forth. Both players are doing big stuff.
I think that was a pretty good example. The first game,
it also felt like a wrestling match too.
Yes, yeah, because there was so much punch, counter punch, get it out of the way,
and with the finisher.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
The smack way to finish your opponent.
So yeah, really, really interesting game. It's got a lot of charm through the clunk, I would say. So
it did. So I think that's a good thing. And a lot of the cards, they all have pictures of hilarious situations. Like the offer handshake is just like, he's about to Stone Cold Stun that rock. There's no two ways around it.
Yeah. I would say, honestly, the art composition in this game is actually pretty good.
It's not bad. I mean, like, there's so much to draw from. There's literally millions of hours. It's like thousands and thousands of hours of content for them to just grab stills from. And they're all using high-res cameras. I mean, as high-res as it can be for that era. They were high-quality images. They're all good. And they're all thematic. So, like, nothing is missing the mark.
Yeah. What's this mean?
That means that value cannot be modified.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. The foiling, I have a pile of cards that came in the collection I bought that are just like folded because of the stupid foiling. So if you ever have any old Magic cards, and you know how they warp together like that, it was the same situation for this deck or this game.
Yeah.
Foiling is just, I feel like, is unnecessary in games, and I think eventually they figured that out.
So it was something that one game started doing. Maybe Pokemon was the first. I don't want to say.
It may have been.
It had like a little bit of foiling, and then it became the industry standard.
Yeah, because Magic did it after that.
Yeah.
Because they started doing it with Odyssey.
No, the first foil set was Urza's Hammer, whatever that one is. Urza's
really?
Legacy, I think.
Okay.
Urza's Legacy was the first one. They did some.
There are variant rules. So I didn't look into tag match that much, but I think it functions sort of like to a giant in Magic,
which is cool.
That's cool. But so there's like special tag cards. So you have to play the card says tag to tag your partner in.
Honestly, I feel like this game could be an LCG and be way better.
It would be so good.
Be so
you
good
could really standardize a lot of stuff.
Yeah, because you could basically you would sell a box as like the pay-per-view event, right? Here's your WrestleMania box. So you got your Undertaker, you got who Undertaker's fighting.
Yeah, I would actually really love seeing this game get a reboot and a revamp.
Yeah.
By a real designer. It never will happen because WWE probably just does not care about this market.
Yeah, and this is one game that we want to look at one of our future ones is Wars.
Yeah.
And I think it serves as a great counterpoint as to mechanics aren't enough to make people play a game.
Because if you just repackage this game as like some people fighting,
no one would play this game.
Some random people,
no one.
I guess it's the same thing that like UFS did. They created their own IP for fighting for a while, and it wasn't as popular during that time. It went from like Street Fighter to
it was called Red Horizon
to Field Man fighting.
Yeah, it was like Red Horizon, and then there was another one. I forget the other one. And it was a shame because I feel like those sets were actually really well designed.
Oh yeah, and it doesn't.
But nobody cared
matter
because it's not Ryu.
Because you have to get.
Nobody cared because it's not Yoshimitsu.
But it's the same thing. Like if this card didn't, if you weren't picturing in your mind the hilarity that comes along with a lot of these cards, and like during a wrestling match, it takes a lot away from the game.
Yeah.
And it takes a lot of fun out of the game too.
Right.
Like you can see this match happening in your mind as it's playing out on the table, which is like that's a big draw. Even if there's a lot of clunk, there's a lot of
yeah. Well, I mean, I think that goes back to the graphic design, right? Like, like I mean, a lot of these kicks and stuff like that. The pictures are honestly great. The pictures look more real than a lot of wrestling
look
matches.
At this. Look at that. That's a great sell by Eddie Guerrero right there.
Yeah,
he looks like he's actually getting punched.
Or like this, the chair shot. I'll put some of my.
To be fair, they did actually get
hit
nailed
with
in the
chairs.
head way too much with chairs, probably causing horrible brain damage. I don't think they allow chair headshots anymore in wrestling because they learned how CTE works.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, like that super kick is actually really good looking.
Oh man, yeah.
The elbow to the face. It's amazing looking. This one even has like blur lines on it.
He's so moving so fast. That's probably because it's like from a classic. Oh, no, that's a Jericho move. Okay.
Yeah.
His elbow to the face. Jericho's Insuguri. Moving so fast.
It's got the speed lines, the blur lines on it.
Anime blur lines. I did refer to wrestling one time as redneck anime, and I stand by that. Oh man. Okay. Well, that's WWE Raw Deal. I hope you guys enjoyed. I like this game a lot. This is a game where I just want so bad for it to be better than it is.
Yeah.
It's so close to great.
Yeah, I have like I could make a list of projects that if I could actually perform card game Necromancy on, I would.
Yeah.
I have like so many beloved, and honestly, it's one of those. I feel like not enough companies took the LCG model, and I don't. Here's the thing: the LCGs, as Fantasy Flight makes them, I love them.
Yeah.
But they don't have end dates.
Yeah.
I think for something like this, you only have to release stuff every so often. You don't need to make it in such a way that it's like stays around forever.
I think you can make this game, treat it like a board game that gets expansions. You don't say, hey, we're releasing this new competitive card game. No, it's just, here's a wrestling game.
Yeah.
It happens to be used cards to play.
Right.
Every few months, every like 6 months even. You don't like keep up a competitive scene for it. You just say like, oh, here's our new wrestler box.
Yeah. Here's
our like SummerSlam box.
Exactly.
And here are the wrestlers in it. You get new cards. They have their pre-constructed decks, but you can, I guess, you can customize.
There's deck construction rules, so you can change them however you want.
I think this game would do well with like similar to Conquest, where you had the hero and you had the cards that come with them.
Yeah.
You have like your guy, and you pack his cards, and then there could probably be like a face set.
Yeah.
And like you could have like pods of cards that go into a deck, and then you could have like pack of moves that could come with the pre-match cards.
You could do like specialties. Yeah. So it's like this guy's a grappler, this guy is a submission artist and stuff like that.
Yeah,
that'd be interesting. That'd be really interesting.
You're right. Or Farquaad also used to have the problem with huge buy-in. Yeah, after it's like 2 years old, and it's even hard to find this stuff because it goes out of print. Yeah, so that's a huge problem with them too. Whereas if this is a board game, you could just like keep reprinting it.
Yeah, I think if you change the LCG model, I think Champions is actually really close to where the LCG model needs to go, and I think they've definitely learned that lesson, right? Mm-hmm. If like somebody wanted to get into Champions and they didn't want to buy the core set, but they knew other people that were playing it, they just buy the deck.
Yeah, you buy the deck and it's there.
You're ready
there's
to
so
go.
Much like I love how there's cards from the core set in those decks. Like all the neutral cards that you're like, oh man. And a normal LCG, 6 or 7 years ago, if you bought a copy of the core set, it would have one of all those cards.
Yeah, it was not enough to build enough decks.
Yeah. But those are now in just the normal hero decks, which is
that's
amazing.
Awesome. It's great, perfect.
And it's like I think like when the game first came out, even as someone who only bought the base set, if you were just buying that for you and your friends, it was tough to get 4 decks together out of just the base set.
Yeah.
But once you like just buy Captain America and buy Ms. Marvel, you suddenly can easily make 4 decks,
right?
Much more easily,
yeah,
because you'll have all the neutral cards you need. So
yeah. Multiple
Champions is doing a very good job of that.
Yeah.
I think this game could this is like maybe an entirely different game, but if it dealt with like a wrestling game board, like where you kept positioning and stuff.
We played that the Gale Force 9 game that was actually pretty good.
It was good. It wasn't quite there, and they never made anything else for it. It didn't quite stick the same way this does.
It was
too basic, I think.
Yeah, there was a lot of elements that were there, and I remember playing it and thinking, hey, this was pretty good, but we never played it again.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, I do remember liking it, but also I didn't care about any of the wrestlers that were in the base box. And
yeah. So it was like, yeah,
it was
right.
like whatever.
That's the problem, right? It's
Yeah.
like if you don't have the people you want, then you're especially for wrestling.
And especially now, if like they were to print this game, they wouldn't print Stone Cold. They wouldn't print Jericho because he's not involved in it anymore. Like he's actively against them now.
Yeah.
So they would never touch Jericho. They would never touch like half your favorite wrestlers that have moved on.
Yeah.
That they don't make money off of anymore.
Right.
So yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe AEW will make a card game. I would buy that.
Yeah. Play some Orange Cassidy.
Yeah, that'd be hilarious. Arkham War now about to sell pre-constructed investigators. That's a great idea.
That's awesome.
It's a very good idea.
Yeah.
And I have faith
that they'll
yeah, because like how old is that game now? 3 years old?
Arkham Horror, it's probably closer to 4 or 5.
Yeah.
No, it's gotta be older than that.
Well, I know when it first came out, I was still living here, but I guess I've been in this house more than 5 years. I don't even know anymore.
Yeah, I've been living here for 2.
Yeah. Okay.
So yeah.
All right. Well,
I think that's it.
2016. Okay.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I thought it was in the 4 to 5 range. Just based off the number of box sets they put out, you get about 1 box set every like 8 months to a year. So there's a lot of core sets, a lot of like cycles. So
thanks for watching, everybody.
Appreciate it.
This is a journey. I think next week we have a few options.
Yeah. 7C. I'm leaning towards that because I think that's a nice change of pace, right? We go from we've had 2 games in a row that have had like photorealistic depictions and stuff like that. And 7C, honestly, you don't get a lot of pirate card games.
Yeah, that's true. Like I can't think of another one.
Yeah,
so
there was the Whiz Kids Pirates game where you would buy the packs.
That was popular,
and it had the boats. Oh yeah, it was popular for a long time.
Yeah.
And we stopped playing that game because my girlfriend, when she was like taking the masts out, kept breaking the masts. And she kept getting like really mad at herself for doing it. And then she was like, okay, I'm gonna take it easy and snap like another mast. And I was like, I think we're done playing this game. Like you keep breaking the ships.
That's amazing.
Yeah, I feel bad about that, but yeah, it was very funny. So, but yeah, pirate themes next week. 7C.
I've never played it, so I'll be doing the learning.
Yeah, and I probably haven't touched it in at least 5 years, and it was probably 15 before that.
Okay.
So it's a game I've always liked a lot of the mechanics because it's very sandboxy. There's a lot going on. You can kind of make your deck to do what you want it to do, and you go execute your plan kind of thing.
All right.
So
that's cool to me.
It's like I would compare it to the Star Trek.
I was thinking in my mind, is it like Star Trek? But
kind
is it less solitary?
Yeah, because you have an amount of resources that you start with and play. And that speeds the game up a lot. Whereas in Star Trek, you have a seed deck that you use, but eventually Star Trek's seed deck put a bunch of stuff that you would start with and play to speed the game up.
Oh yeah. Okay.
So 7C was doing it long before Star Trek got to that.
Interesting.
So,
okay.
There you go.
Okay, everyone, thanks for joining us. We will be streaming on Sunday the Invitational.
Yeah. Yep.
So watch out for that. Starts at 1 p.m. Eastern.
Yeah. No idea how long it's going to take.
It might not take that long since there's like so many games going on simultaneously. He said about 4 to 5 hours.
Yeah. We look forward to it. There's going to be all kinds of Keyforce to watch on Sunday.
Like infinite. And also we have our finals on Sunday night. So
yeah, for
the March Madness.
Right.
We did get the bracket up for May Misfits.
Yes.
Which is the worst of the worst. So go ahead and get your prediction in for that. I did get a Game Genic free deck case for a prize this time.
Cool.
A little different.
Yeah.
A little more.
And they're really nice. If anybody does not have one of those, that's what Justin and I use when we go.
It is the best thing to take around your Vaultor.
Yeah. So. Easily the best Keyforge resource, Keyforge accessory that you can buy. So
don't put a lot of thought into this bracket.
Yeah, who knows?
It's literally a lottery ticket.
Yeah,
just pick a deck you think is the worst and bring it to the end, and then randomly pick everything else. Because I don't think there's any telling what's going to happen. Don't overanalyze. There's 64 decks in it, so if you try to analyze every matchup, you're going to lose your mind. Yeah, I think that's all we got to talk about.
Yep, I think we're finished here.
Yep. So everyone have a great night.
Appreciate everybody for stopping by.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun.
Yeah. I'm actually kind of glad the second game ended up as good as it did.
I am too. Yeah.
I was worried based on the first game.
Yeah.
So yeah.
All right.
See ya.
Have a great weekend, everybody. See you Sunday.
Yo.